Right now on CBS News Philadelphia, the nor'easter battering the shore, high winds and higher tides pushing water onto roads and into neighborhoods. And there is concern that the worst of this flooding is still ahead of us. Good evening, I'm Aziza Schuler. We start tonight with meteorologist Andrew Kozak in the Hyundai Next Weathersphere. Andrew, what parts of the shore are seeing the worst of this storm so far?
Really, right now, we've got a couple of reporters up and down, which we'll show you in just a second live out there. We are seeing some areas across the shore seeing more wind and less rain, some more rain and less wind, but everybody is seeing coastal flooding issues with some shore points under feet of water right now. Now, if you're watching from Philadelphia, you're seeing cloudy skies. Maybe a little bit of a drizzle out there, but most people in Philadelphia today have not seen anything more than just, well, nasty weather. Not so nice out there. But the inconvenient weather that's going to be coming in our way is nowhere near the impactful weather that we are seeing right now at the shore now. Now, if you want rain to come our way, you're going to have it. It's going to come in from a secondary low that's forming and push showers, maybe even a few rumbles of thunder and a couple of heavy downpours in our area in the city and even northwest as we head overnight and into the day on Monday. That is going to be along a secondary push of a low pressure system all attached as this one big nor'easter continues to affect the area. Due to everything I just said, we have a next weather alert tonight and into Monday with coastal flooding, wind and rain. The entire region, especially near the shore, is underneath the gun here for this. This is a live look at Margate. Waves continue to come up. We did have high tide today at 12:18 Atlantic City and around that time for most shore points, but we're really concerned about the push of more rain and wind as we approach high tide after midnight tonight. And that's going to happen a little after 1 o'clock. As we get into the evening hours, more rain starts to push across the area. And again, into the wee hours of the morning, spreads even across Philadelphia. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. We're going to outline everything that you need to know as we head into your Monday. And I'll have a look at your 7-day plan. Aziza? All
right, Andrew. And now we have team coverage tonight from the hardest hit areas. Our crews are spread across Cape May and Atlantic counties, tracking the impacts of this storm. Ray Strickland went to Sea Isle City and Ocean City.
Powerful waves crashing into the beach in Ocean City. A sight to see for many who visited the boardwalk to capture Mother Nature in action.
I had to get video of that because you don't normally see that here. Like, it's usually like 2 or 3 feet maybe in the summer.
I just love seeing just that power in the water because it is just majestic.
But despite the scenic views, officials are warning for potentially dangerous conditions, and people living in Ocean City are already seeing conditions get worse. And several streets here in Ocean City are beginning to flood. As you can see, the water is about halfway up to that fire hydrant, and many cars that we've seen, like you can see now, began driving through this flood water, but some have even turned around because the water is getting too deep.
It's come up as high as the steps, I think, since we've had this house renovated about 10 years ago. Wow. So, but that's, we're higher up, and, so I'm not concerned.
Chris Bell says his home should be safe since it's on higher ground, but he was forced to move his car. Bell says he's expecting more water around his home than in years past.
We might get water in the garage again for the first time in 10 years.
I've never seen it like this time of the year.
The impact of the storm could also be seen in Sea Isle City.
It's hurricane-like conditions here, and it's, very windy.
Area roads were flooded, and our cameras also captured the moment police and fire responded to a car that got stuck in the water. John Pergolini says he's prepared for what's to come, even if it gets worse.
We hunkered down, took all the chairs in, sealed around the doors to make sure we didn't get any excess water, and we're just going to ride it out.
In Sea Isle City, Ray Strickland, CBS News, Philadelphia.
Now let's go to Ryan Hughes, who is live in North Wildwood. Ryan, what are you seeing on your end?
Hey there, Aziza. Good evening. We're seeing those strong wind gusts every once in a while, but the bigger problem here in North Wildwood is the tidal flooding. We are on 2nd Avenue in between New Jersey and New York Avenues, and take a look behind me. This entire street is almost completely underwater. It's one of many streets in this area that is experiencing flooding. Now, this is an area that is prone to flooding, being so close to the bay, and I have to say the water has receded a little bit over the past hour or two. It was much higher after we saw high tide earlier this afternoon. It was up to maybe the first steps of some of these homes, and if you pan over, you can see see that Mercedes there in the distance. It was almost up to that bumper. Now, a short time ago, we stopped at the boardwalk near Lincoln Avenue. The beach is huge here in Wildwood, as you know, and in that area, you could see the water was almost right up to the boardwalk. Between the rough surf and the strong winds, it's just driving that water in. Another problem area is 18th Avenue and New Jersey Avenue in North Wildwood. The street there is almost completely underwater. And then we also saw Rio Grande Avenue. That's one of the main roads that leads you into Wildwood. That is also flooded. Neighbors we spoke with out here say they made it through one high tide, but they're concerned as they get ready for round two, the next high tide, in just a few hours.
I get a little anxious every time I look at the door when the water comes up higher and higher and higher, and you just hope it stops. And we're thankful it's not raining. Boy, if we had rain, we'd really be in trouble. Really be.
I hope the water starts going down before the next high tide. It might not, but we're lucky.
And we also checked in on the conditions in Cape May this afternoon. There was some minor tidal flooding in the area of Elmira Street and Venice Avenue. That is an area that's filled with homes. It's near the Acme supermarket. We're told it also often floods in that spot. I spoke to the police chief. He tells me his main concern as we head into the night is the wind gusts and, of course, the next high tide. Back out here live in North Wildwood now, police around the island are working to block off some of these flooded roadways. This area, as you can see, is not blocked off. I just spoke to the mayor here. He is encouraging everyone not to drive through these floodwaters because you just don't know exactly how deep they are. Another point he wanted me to get across to everybody as we get ready for high tide in just a few hours. He wants everyone to move your car if you live in a low-lying area before you go to bed, because he says you may regret it come tomorrow morning. We're live in North Wildwood. Ryan Hughes. Aziza, back to you.
All good things to know. Thank you, Ryan. Now up the Parkway in Avalon. This is the scene there. You can see the floodwaters by 23rd Street and Ocean Drive on the inland side of the island. There were several inches of water on the roads, making it impassable. CBS News Philadelphia's Alicia Roberts is live in the conditions in Brigantine. Alicia.
Well, Aziza, the big story here right now in Brigantine are the high winds that are coming in from the ocean tonight, along with the high surf behind me. You can feel the sand and the sea foam really kicking up right now. Since we stepped out to do this report tonight, things have definitely worsened over the last few minutes or so. Those gusts of winds pretty strong, getting difficult to stand here, although the seawall is blocking it for us a bit here as we are trying to remain safe. Right now in through Brigantine, 800 customers remain without power tonight. This island very quiet right now, and those that have chosen to stay are being advised to make sure they secure any items that could be at risk for flying away, and also to make sure that they park their cars on higher grounds. We drove around the island earlier, including on the bay side there, and have yet to see some of the flooding that is expected to hit overnight. But again, the worst of it may still be yet to come. Here in Brigantine, high tide is set for tonight at 2:01 a.m. So for residents that are here right now, the cautionary tale is as the storm continues to move in, continues to pound the island, there is that threat for coastal flooding. Make sure to secure your items and move your cars to higher ground, as the threat for flooding certainly here could be getting worse. And again, tonight, things are very windy tonight here on the island. Those high winds, high tidal flooding concerns continue. We'll send it back to you, Aziza.
Alicia, thank you for bringing us this information and fighting through those tough winds.